All right, we're rolling.
Okay.
And
So today,
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?
hey guys, welcome to another episode of Reddit on Reddit. I'm Fernando.
I'm Freddy.
All right, so today for you, I have WIBTA. Will I be the a-hole? If I report my coworker's drug use to my boss after seeing him at an NA meeting, NA is Narcotics Anonymous.
I don't even think
Okay.
we even need to read that. That's a yes.
All right.
Go.
Hey,
ahead,
hey,
read
hey.
it.
All right. All right. So my brother-in-law is staying with us right now and was conferencing into his usual NA meeting from the living room. Our only home computer is a wired desktop in the living room. We usually clear out to give him his privacy, but in this case, I forgot my phone somewhere in there and had to quickly go looking for it. All right. So I happened to go in right in the middle of someone I recognized as my coworker. I happened to go in right in the middle as someone that I recognized as my coworker sharing their struggle with drug abuse and strong concerns about a potential relapse. We work in a job in which human lives are indirectly at stake. To be compromised at any point during work is inadequately at a risk. We have once yearly drug testing, and once in a while we have random drug testing, but it's been years since I've been asked to do a random one. I've been really broken up about whether I should say something, though, because of course, NA is supposed to be private and confidential, and he hasn't relapsed. He's just concerned he might. I'm so broken up over this, but I can't talk to many people about it without raising suspicion about who it might be, which would be worse than just quietly reporting it to the appropriate person. I don't know what will happen if I report him. It might be more frequent random drug tests. Maybe they'll fire him. I don't know if it's a terrible time to lose your job. The guy is working a program. He hasn't actually relapsed, and we all have vices and problems. But I also know I would never forgive myself if he were to relapse and screw up his work in a way risking innocent people who trust us. Will I be the a-hole if I report him?
Yes, 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 yes. There's a reason why these places and programs are called anonymous. And just the
Right.
fact that you like outed him like that is just absolutely disgusting because the reason why people are like there is to get help and he might already be sober and on his road to recovery and you and your ego are going to sabotage all of that by maybe sending him down a hole of depression and having him seek solace in his drugs.
Right. But what I was thinking too is like, NA, like, okay, yeah, it's open, I guess, to the public, I'm sure. But at the same time, it's anonymous, right? Like, you're not going there so people can go rat you out. You're going there to get help. She pretty much
Yeah.
violated his rights by even being there in the room. Like, she shouldn't have been in the room. She's not in the support group. She's not, no one else can see her. So, why is she the one going over there and, pretty much saying, oh, I'm going to go rat him out for saying that he
Yeah,
possibly, might relapse?
but this is the thing I hate about things like that. You're not a hero for doing something to hurt someone. That never makes you a hero. Like, like, oh, yes, I need to do this. What purpose does it serve? What do you get out of making sure that someone loses their job or trying to make sure that someone loses
Right.
their job? Like that type of mentality actually shows what kind of trash this person is already. Like complete
Yeah.
trash. Like there's no other way to say it
I
because
mean,
that's the type of person you don't need in or around you. Hold on.
yeah. I mean, I
That's
get
the type
where
of
I get
person who talks to you about their property values and you being on
yeah,
the roof.
right. But I mean, I get where she's coming from. Like, dang, like, I know that this person has the potential to go use these drugs again. If he uses these drugs, somebody could get hurt, you know? Okay, but he's not using the drugs. He's asking for
Yeah.
help. He's talking to people, getting his problems out there, getting support from other people. So what is it going to do if she goes and, tells the boss, hey, this person, was at Narcotics Anonymous and they said that, they felt like using drugs, but yet they wouldn't, they asked for help. They went and they shared their problem with this group to get support of their peers or their friends or these people that they share these stories with to try to just get some sort of a support so that way they can, get help through
Yeah,
their
but
struggle.
it'd be like her like going and telling his boss what she had overheard when he was talking to like a psychologist or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's expressing a feeling or a fear, and she's over here, listening out to go ahead and blab. I mean, it's just disgusting, the whole idea. Like even to approach the question of doing it. I don't know why this just and I'm not even like yeah, let's use drugs. Like, is he doing his job? Like, what is it her concern, you know, if he's been functioning even probably when he was on drugs? Because it wasn't like he just was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get this job. I haven't used drugs before. Now I'm gonna maybe use drugs." I mean, he more than likely was already using drugs and at that job. So why is she trying to be over here like Captain Save It All and, you know, like he's already been down that path.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I do get, like I said, I do get where she's coming from, and I kind of do see what she's saying. Like, oh my gosh, I couldn't forgive myself if somebody did get hurt. But at the same time, it's none of her business because it's not like she saw him using drugs. Because if she would have walked
What
in, what's that?
what was the job?
It didn't say.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She's like, if someone gets hurt, what is he? Is he using deadly weapons? Is he using heavy machinery? Is he, what is he?
Yeah.
What is she so worried about that the public could get hurt? Is he a bus driver?
But he hasn't used
Like,
the drugs. He hasn't used them.
that's what I'm
You know.
saying. Like, because her response is if someone would get hurt, she would have to say like he's a school bus driver, and maybe that okay. Maybe if he's a school bus driver and she's worried, but at the same time, it's not her responsibility. And I believe most places they have to. I mean, they get looked over before they go on the bus. I mean, not everywhere because there was
Yeah.
that one where the bus driver was drunk running red lights.
Oh my gosh. But
Yeah,
I mean, even if there's some sort of like a screening or a background check, just because he had history of drug use, maybe he didn't
uh,
disclose it, and maybe they didn't even know about it. So he got the job and he passed the drug test. But at the same time, how many times do alcoholics, people who are recovering alcoholics, going to AA, maybe they have a year on or even 6 months. How many times do they want to drink? So they go to an AA meeting and they say, I really wanted to get a drink tonight, but instead I'm here.
probably every day. It's like
Right.
people who
So,
smoke. You never stop wanting to smoke. You have that feeling with you all your whole life.
and, so say for example, yeah, what if I was a smoker and I quit and I call you and I say, Freddie, I stopped smoking. I really want a cigarette. Give me some support. Help me, and somebody
I'm
heard
gonna
and said,
I'm gonna
oh
be
my
like
gosh, he wants to smoke.
I'm gonna be like that man. The meme? The
No.
guy with the glasses?
Oh, yeah. Like calling the manager.
I'm calling your boss.
I know exactly his little flip phone. I know
Yeah,
exactly
and then
which meme you're
how
talking
he's
about.
like holding his arm like himself. He's like, I can't wait to report you.
Yes, that is you. Can we use that as our cover for this episode, please?
the guy, the guy or
Yes,
me?
that guy.
Can I put it? I want to put the guy on your side and me on my side doing the same.
But I
Which
mean, do you
one
get?
is calling the manager? Which one's calling your boss?
But do you get what I mean, though? Like, how many times does that happen where somebody does go to AA, and why is somebody taking, the drugs more serious than the alcohol? I mean, if she would have heard the same thing, that guy saying the same thing at an AA meeting, would she have told the boss, like, oh, he really wants to have a drink? And who's saying that he's going to use the drugs at work?
But I wonder if those because I know it's a protected status to be an alcoholic. I don't know if it's a protected status to be a drug addict though. Because I was gonna say,
I
like,
don't
if he
know.
was an alcoholic, she would literally, I believe, get in trouble for trying to get him fired, or they
Hmm.
wouldn't be able to fire him at all though, because
Well,
I believe
maybe
it's
because,
classified as a sickness.
hmm, I don't know. I don't know how that works, but so would she be the a-hole?
We already said she is not would
Absolutely.
she be? She
She
is
is. She
an a
already
hole
is
already.
for
Yeah.
thinking about it, huh? Talk to your husband about it. Gosh, lady.
Uh, no, like mind your own business and quit worrying about people's personal private struggles that they didn't choose to share with you.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, I would like to see. I would like her, if it's her brother, whoever that is staying at her house, I would actually like to see her tell him and see his reaction. I think that would actually be pretty cool. Like to see how he reacts to it. Like, what the heck? Like, this was a private thing. Why are you? Or are
Yeah,
you looking in on it?
it's sad that this obviously is probably happening now during the quarantine because they're
Yeah.
obviously home together, and it's so awful that he's still trying to get help at such a difficult time when a lot of have you read those articles right now about the cost of drugs going up in the US right
No,
now?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
because they're not able to get the base chemicals from China, so the cost of drugs is quadrupled, if not more.
Dang. I wonder if it's
Yeah,
because they can't get the chemicals or just because they're have an opportunity to make more
both.
money.
They can't get the chemicals, they're also holding it back to get more money, and there's no cars going across the border.
Hmm.
Well, this was from the Mexican side. I'm sure they're probably still coming in from the Canadian side, but because they say there's more drugs coming from that side than the Mexican side. But still, the crossings have gone considerably down, so it's much more easier to get caught smuggling in things.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
That's actually
it's
intense. I
a
didn't
it's a
actually even really think about it.
yeah. Well, I've been saying that. I'm sure the cost of drugs has gone up. So this poor guy right now is probably struggling. At such a stressful, difficult time right now, as everyone else is worried. Am I going to catch it? I'm not going to catch it. What's going to be the outcome? And some people do want to seek a tranquility in their habits, their vices, which is it's a difficult time, and she's
Yeah.
not doing any favors to him to keep him on the path to sobriety by just even approaching the subject of causing a problem, because yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, it does sound really tough. And for her, I'm sure, but at the same time, you cannot violate this guy's, privacy and, whatever he had expected by going to that group and, by also her brother, whoever is living on her couch, like, come on, like you can't, violate his privacy either. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, well, let us know what you think.
all right, you guys, this has been another episode of Reddit on Reddit, brought to you by the Fernando and Freddie Show. Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Oh,
Um,
and we're trying to get to 55 subscribers. So if you can help us, hit that subscribe button.
we would really appreciate it. If you guys liked our show, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can give us a thumbs down. And yeah, tell us what you
If your
think in the
team
comments.
Yeah, let
Oh.
us know in the comments if you're Team Freddy or Team Fernando, please. We would really like to know.
Remember, I'm Fernando. That's Freddie.
I'm Freddy.
Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Bye.
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?